Welcome back to Travel Thoughtfully, the podcast, where we help you travel smarter so you can focus on the experience, not the planning. I'm Karen Hester, travel advisor and founder of Travel Thoughtfully. Last time, we talked about how to invest in your travel experience and how being intentional with your choices can completely change how a trip feels. So today, we're taking that one step further. We're talking about where your travel investment actually makes the biggest impact. Because here's the truth, not everything deserves equal treatment. When everything feels important, it's easy to either overspend in the wrong places or underinvest in the ones that really matter. So let's break that down. One of the biggest shifts I see is moving away from things and towards experiences. It's easy to get caught up in the room category, the amenities, the extras that look good on paper. But when people come back from a trip, that's usually not what they're talking about. They talk about the private tour that brought a destination to life, the unexpected moment that made them pause, the experience they didn't even know they needed. Those are the things that stay with you. I've seen this play out with clients as well. I had a client choose an interior room on a cruise, and it wasn't about cost. It was very intentional. For them, the room was just a place to sleep, and they wanted to spend their time and their investment on everything happening on and off the ship. And when they came back, that's exactly what they talked about. Not the room, but the experiences they had. So when you're deciding where to invest, ask yourself, will I remember this or just use it? Because often a meaningful experience will have a much bigger impact than an upgraded thing. That said, there are times when where you stay matters a lot. There's a common assumption in travel that upgrading the hotel automatically improves the experience. And sometimes it does, but more often, location has a bigger impact than luxury. I experienced that myself in Istanbul. We stayed at a boutique hotel in an incredible location owned by the family of a friend. The people were wonderful. The experience felt very personal, and being able to step right into the city made a huge difference. But like a lot of older European properties, there were steep stairs to get to the room and no elevator. For me, it worked, and I would absolutely stay there again. But I wouldn't recommend it for someone who has difficulty with mobility. Being in the right place can mean walking out your door and being in the heart of everything, experiencing a destination more naturally, spending less time commuting, and more time enjoying. Whereas a luxury upgrade might give you a nicer room, better finishes, more space. But if you're far from everything you came to see, that trade off can shift your entire experience. So this becomes a key decision point. Do I want elevated comfort or deeper connection to the destination? Because you don't always need the highest end option, but you do want the right location. And then there's one area people often overlook completely, but it can change everything. Convenience isn't always seen as an experience, but it absolutely is. Things like nonstop flight, smooth pre-arranged transfers, minimizing long wait times or complicated logistics. Those don't just make a trip easier. They can change how you feel throughout the trip. Less stress, less fatigue, more energy to actually enjoy where you are. Because every layer of friction, every delay, every connection, every confusion takes something away from the experience. So sometimes the best investment isn't what you add, it's what you remove. The stress, the uncertainty, the unnecessary complexity. And that creates space for the experience you actually want. So when you look at where your investment has the biggest impact, it often comes down to three things: experience over things, location over unnecessary upgrades, convenience as part of the experience, not separate from it. A question that comes up a lot is, how do I know what to prioritize? And the answer goes back to something we talked about before. How do you want your trip to feel? Because once you're clear on that, the decision becomes easier. You naturally start investing in what supports that feeling and letting go of what doesn't. At the end of the day, travel isn't doing everything. It's doing the right things for you. And when the investment aligns with that, your trip doesn't just look better on paper, it feels better while you're experiencing it. If you're planning a trip right now and trying to decide where to invest or where to pull back, I love to hear what you're thinking through. Feel free to share your questions or experiences, and I may feature them in a future episode. Thanks for listening to Travel Thoughtfully, the podcast. At Travel Thoughtfully, our philosophy is simple: we plan, you experience. And next time, we're talking about timing and how when you travel can shape your entire experience and your investment. Because even when you know where to invest, timing can completely shape the outcome. I'd love for you to join me.